You are Nihar Ranjan Deka.
Yes, sir.
Please tell us about yourself.
So my name is Nihar Ranjan Deka. I was born and brought up in Guwahati. I did my schooling from South Point School, Barshapara, Guwahati. Then I did my higher secondary from St. Francis APSC High School in Pub Boragaon, Guwahati. Then I graduated in civil engineering from Royal Global University in 2021. And since 2022, I have been working with HDFC Bank. And currently I am posted in the home loan department as a manager. And so simultaneously, I have been also preparing for the civil services examination.
You joined HDFC Bank in 2021.
22, sir.
22.
Yes, sir.
And you're posted in Guwahati.
Yes, sir.
How does it match that you did civil engineering and you went to the banking sector? You're not doing engineering there, no?
So actually it was a campus placement. So I'm currently posted in the home loan department under the technical division. So their primary role is to the valuation of the property that are to be given as collateral to the bank. So they specifically require civil engineers for this role, sir.
Good. Now, you're in HDFC Bank, and if I'm correct, HDFC is a good paymaster.
Yes, sir. We can say it.
Maybe if you come to civil services, your pay packet will be less than what you're getting today.
So even though financially it might take a hit on my enhanced salary, but I don't think that salary can be the only determinant for one to choose his or her career.
Why do you want to join the civil service?
So the civil services gives an established platform to do greater good for the society. I can work beyond self. My impact can be more visible through the civil services. And so it is also a very prestigious job with good career opportunities for personal and professional growth. And so the traits that I have, the qualities that I do possess, I think they will be best utilized as a civil servant. And so lastly, as we know that India is moving towards being a developed country, our goal of Viksit Bharat by 2047, I want to play a key role in this journey, sir. That is why civil services.
Long explanation as to why you want to join the civil services. I think you cut it short. It's not required.
Okay, sir.
Your first part is good enough.
Okay, sir.
About a career and social recognition.
Right, sir.
And a platform that will be given to you for doing work with the people or for the people.
Right, sir.
But please remember, public service is not what you are going to do. It is what the government is going to do.
Yes, sir.
You're only a conduit for that.
Yeah, right, sir.
You will be paid by the government to do the public service on behalf of the government. During your career also, don't forget that.
Right, sir.
Now tell me, you read newspapers?
Yes, sir.
What papers do you read?
So most regularly, I do the Assam Tribune.
What were the main headlines in Assam Tribune today?
So the main headline was India has officially declined the statement of US Commerce Secretary, Ms. Howard. I'm not able to recall his entire name. So he commented that Donald Trump imposed the tariff on India because our Prime Minister Modi did not interact with him. So India has officially declined the statement.
Interact with him or make a phone call to him?
Yes, sir. Make a phone call to him. So India has officially declined the statement. Secondly, sir, there was a news about the Assam government banning fishing around the Kaziranga as per the High Court orders. Thirdly, sir, our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi is going to visit Assam in January 17th. And so there was also
17th or 17th and 18th?
So 17th and 18th. It was a 2-day visit. And so there was also news about the growing violence against the northeastern people from mainland India.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think that has happened?
So the primary attribute we can trace it back to historically. So northeast was mostly secluded from the mainland India, and this thought has been carried along throughout the colonial times. We know that India was already colonized and the northeast was colonized much later. So even after independence, this thought has carried along, and given the Mongoloid features that northeastern people do possess, so mainland Indians, they sometimes, some of them, very minor section of them, consider them as people of different countries. Some even accustom them with slangs like we have
Do
seen.
you think this is fallout of the faults in the education policy of the government of India?
Sir, as much as I'm able to understand the question, so Government of India has not specifically focused through education about the racial sensitivity.
Does that mean what I say, that there was a failure?
So we cannot say that it is a failure uprightly, because we do have subjects like morality, ethics, which teaches a person to be moral and to be human towards others, no matter the differences.
No, but specifically, it doesn't talk about regional disparities or regional differences. Is that enough? If this morality, teaching morals, is it enough to ensure that the entire country is unified in terms of these things? Don't you
So,
feel that there was a problem of, have you read some of the textbooks that are taught in places otherwise, in, say the metros or the other cities or other states? Do they mention Northeast? Do they mention Assam? Do they have any description of the heroes and the good things about this place? Do they have? What is your take on that?
sir, I have not had the opportunity to directly first-hand experience to read the reading materials that are given to children, but I do know that Delhi has recently inculcated a chapter about Jadhav Payeng, the forest man of India. So I believe, along with stories, inspiring stories like this, and the moral sciences that are taught to students and children basically of very minor age, they can be molded into a fine human being. Along with that, the experiences, the molding that parents can do to children at home. I think India has a very bright future. Obviously, we can do more than what is currently happening. We should collectively work toward it to have more sensitivity and tolerance.
Okay, now where does Assam stand in terms of GDP if compared to the rest of the country, rest of the states of the country?
Sir, I am not absolutely certain about the ranking. Can I take a guess?
Why?
So, as far as I remember, Assam was placed in the 16th or 17th number in terms of GSDP, and as per the budget, our GSDP stands around 6.4 lakh crore as of budget 2025-26.
So, what would be your prescription to ensure that Assam goes up fast and comes into the first five?
So we should focus on the manufacturing sector, since it has the highest employment elasticity. Attracting investment, like the Advantage Assam Summit. There was also a statement that Assam has the 30% of global population within 3 hours of reach. This was an official statement in Advantage Assam 2.0. So if we can harness these kinds of logistical advantage that we have in augmentation with various logistical corridors like the IMT corridor or the Kaladan multinational project and the semiconductor plant coming up, and if we leverage our position, then we can definitely increase our manufacturing sector. Along with
We had at one time the government of India or the Prime Minister or the powers that be giving a slogan of "Look East" policy.
Yes, sir.
That converted into
Act East, sir.
Act East.
Yes, sir.
What would you think about the final results of the Act East policy? Which are the areas where we have actually gained because of that? We meaning Assam and maybe the Northeast.
So,
Can you specify?
So as far as I remember, the Act East policy was revamped in 2014 from the Look East policy, and since then Assam has specifically gained access to the Southeast Asian countries, and we have also increased our domain of focus from the Southeast specifically to the Asia Pacific also.
Can you give me in terms of financial gains or in terms of physical gains that Assam has had because of that?
Sir, I am not exactly aware of the.
Because ultimately, unless we have some economic gains,
Yes, sir.
then it doesn't work out. No? Act East policy has to give us something.
Sir, as far as I have read, the Assamese gamosa is gaining popularity in countries like Thailand and other Southeast Asian countries. And so the tourist potential has also increased quite a bit in Assam. We have seen in tourist sites like the Kamakya and the Assam State Zoo, the foreign tourist footfall has increased, augmented with the recently inaugurated Lokapur Gopinath Bordole International Airport. We are definitely going towards a brighter future, sir.
Are you aware of who designed the Terminal 2 of Gopinath Bordole Airport?
Sir, I'm not exactly aware of the name of the specific person, but it was done under the Adani Group.
Adani was virtually the contractor that made the thing, but then who designed it?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware of
Because the design is what has been the cynosure of all eyes. The design is what has made it so popular, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So you must learn to go in. There's always a story behind any event or any happening. There's always a real story behind. Try to go into the story, because in an interview like this, it is not what you see, but what is behind what you see is more important.
Yes, sir. I'll definitely read on it.
Now, when you talked about the northeast or the state of Assam, there's something called, the time zone. Have you
Yes,
heard
sir.
of time zone?
Yes, sir.
How many time zones do we have in India?
Sir, we have one time zone in India.
Mm-hmm. So, is it good, bad, or do we need to change it? Is the northeast in tune with that time zone? Is the western India in tune with that time zone? What would your prescription be?
So, looking at the geographical position of India, we are almost 30 degrees apart from the easternmost pole to the westernmost point of India. So the Arunachal easternmost point, Tibithu is the name as far as I can recall, is almost 2 hours ahead of the Guharmoti point of Gujarat, which happens to be the westernmost point of India. So sir, it is true that the northeast gets less working hours within the daylight compared to the western states of India. But sir, in the globalized world, we are interconnected. As an example, I work in HDFC Bank. We have offices throughout the nation, throughout the country. So we have to work in coordination. And sir, abruptly shifting into two different time zones will cause problematic situations in companies that work in various states. Also, it will cause logistical challenges in the railway sector, for say, or the airport sector. So to find a specific solution, we can move towards a specific sector-based time zone, like the Sabagan time zone, or if any such other time zone.
What has the tea garden done?
So they follow earlier time zone to get more sunlight working hours. But I'm not exactly aware of the statistical data.
What is the gain out of that the gardens have made?
So they can utilize the sunlight hours, and they can gain more yield from the tea
What
plants.
stops the rest of the economy to do that also?
I'm sorry, sir, I'm not exactly able to grasp the question.
If tea gardens can do it, why not the other sectors or other segments of the state do that same thing?
So tea garden workers, actually, they are not interconnected with the other parts of the nation. Like,
you're not getting my point. You have said that tea garden timing is a good, if I can get you correctly, that's a good thing done because they get more sunlight.
Yes, sir.
Or daylight.
Yes, sir.
My question is, what is stopping the other segments of the state to follow that?
So tea garden sector,
for example, can we not have schools and offices, schools, colleges and offices starting at least 1 hour or 2 hours earlier, so that teaching time and learning time can be more?
They're also not connected with the rest of India.
They're also not connected.
So as far as school timing is concerned, the school time already happens within the daylight hours. And so in office hours, I think since we get less time of daylight sunshine, we also get compensated with more refreshment time, like the evening. We also start late.
What happens is you end up spending more energy in the offices just to light up your working.
Yes, sir.
You're going to save that.
So that is
Isn't
correct.
it?
That is correct, sir. To work in coordination with that, we can shift towards renewable energy, like the solar energy. We have already seen that Assam Secretariat has shifted to solar energy. We can adopt this model in other government and private offices as well.
But you will not suggest that we change our timings, working time.
So that would create a logistical issue.
Why logistical issue? I'm not talking about moving things like railways and airways. I'm talking about offices, static things. Like a tea garden is a static thing.
Yes, sir. But apart from logistics also, the day-to-day timings, like if some broadcast is to happen at all India level, the Northeast will have a separate time zone. If the Prime Minister is addressing from Delhi towards the entire nation, it will cause confusion, unnecessary confusion from the people of Northeast and the mainland India. And so,
what is IST?
So Indian Standard Time.
Can there not be an IST 1, IST 2?
So there can be, but like I said, it would create.
Can you give me an example of a country which has multiple time zones and they're doing fine? Absolutely no problems.
So we can name Russia, we can name France. They are having multiple time zones. But given the fact that Russia is a very broad country, at one point of time when a part of Russia has noon, the other one has.
What about
midnight.
France? You said France also is there. Is France also a very broad country?
So France is the mainland France is territorially smaller than India, but however they have many overseas territories like various islands. So that is why they have multiple time zones.
So I gather that you're not in favor of time zones.
So it is.
This is the impression I get. Anyway, have you gone through the budget of Assam in the last annual budget?
Yes, sir.
And how do you comment on that?
So Assam government has increased its spending. We are spending more on the capital expenditure. We have utilized around 85% of our budget as per the budget statement. But there is also a little bit of concern because the recently CAG report has highlighted that Assam is doing off accounts borrowing, which has also increased our public debt to GDP ratio and also our fiscal deficit. So I believe we can be more fiscally prudent and focus more specifically on the requirement as per.
To what extent do you think it's safe to go for loans?
So as a government. So the Assam Financial Responsibility and Budgetary Management Act, it is stated that around 20% of the GSDP is the suggested limit as far as I can recall, sir. But I'm not
20%.
Sorry, I'm not exactly sure, but it was from 20 to 25% that I'm certain about.
Okay.
Okay. Nihar Ranjan Deka, you said you are from Guwahati, right?
Yes, sir.
Tell me 5 of the most interesting attractions of Guwahati.
Sir, the 5 most attractive attractions of Guwahati can be categorized. So religiously speaking, we can look at the Kamakhya temple. We can look at the Umananda temple, which happens to be the smallest island of Hosmasal. And so we have various new constructions like the Hotihadini Amrit Udyan. We have the Sohit Smarak Kshetra. We have the Assam State Zoo. We have the Science Museum, the Planetarium. And the Porville
Which
also.
one did you say was the Hotihadini Park?
Sir, the Uzan Bazar Park.
Was it Hotihadini or Hoti Radhika?
I'm sorry, sir, it's Hoti Radhika.
Okay, who is Hoti Radhika?
So Hoti Radhika was a woman from the Koivoto community during Shankardev's time. It is said that a river used to detriment the embankment that the people of that area tried to construct to evade the flood, the annual flood. So Shankardev was advised that if a pious woman happens to pour a pot of water on the embankment, then the embankment could be constructed successfully. But none other than Sati Radhika was able to do it.
Okay, good. Tell us a bit. Tell us about the history of HDFC Bank.
So I was initially posted in the HDFC Bank Limited, which happened to be the home loan section. It was started.
No, I'm asking about the history. How did it begin in the first place? The history of the bank itself.
Sir, I have to brush up on that.
Okay. What does it stand for, HDFC?
So it's Housing Development Finance Corporation.
Why is it that, is these the only 2 things that the bank does? Housing and Development Finance Corporation?
So housing development is the forte of the entire organization, but they also indulge in various other kinds of loans like agri loans and auto loans and different kinds of credit card loans. But the housing corporation was the main forte. It had a different wing called the Housing Development Finance Corporation Limited, which entirely focused on housing loans.
Okay, there's this new concept of banking which has come into the play of late. You might be knowing it. For example, Airtel has a payments bank.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
how is it different from the mainstream banks?
Sir, I have to brush up in the technicalities. I'm sorry.
Okay, fine. You mentioned about right at the very beginning about Vikshit Bharat.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you really think India is going to become a developed country by 2047? If not, why? If yes, why?
So there are points both in favor and, as you said, against this. So in favor, I think India is a growing economy. Recently, it has been noted that India is growing at a pace of 7.2% per annum, which is still the largest major economy growth in the nation, in the entire world. And so we have the large demographic dividend advantage over other aging countries like China. We have only a median age of 28 years. Assam happens to be even lower at 22 years. And so the manufacturing sector is still not fully tapped. We have ample scope to develop on our manufacturing sector.
So are you trying to say by having the world's best GDP growth rate, India can become a developed nation? Are you trying to say growth and development are the same thing?
No, sir. Growth and development are not the same thing. Growth represents the growth of the entire country as a whole, but it does not reflect upon the per capita distribution
What
of that
does the
growth.
Oxfam report say about the growing inequalities?
So, as far as I'm able to recall, the Oxfam says around 1% of the richest Indians own around 50% or more of the total wealth, and
Do
they
you
all.
think it can be changed by 2047?
So the path is not very smooth, I would say, but we can work upon it, and we can focus on job creation. And there is a concept of modern day Marxist Thomas Piketty of wealth tax. So India can look into it to
What is it?
So it suggests that people, they are currently taxed on income upon how much they earn on a yearly basis. So Thomas Piketty says that the wealth a person inherits, a very moderate amount of tax can be imposed upon them, so that these can be distributed for the downtrodden and their improvement.
Okay. So you mentioned Kaladan multimodal project, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell us a bit about it.
So the Kaladan multimodal project is a logistical project which connects the Kolkata port to the Kaladan, and it has also linked the Paletwa highway and ultimately links to the Agartala in Tripura, which can be used to transport via the sea link rather than the road link. And it also reduces the travel time and logistics cost.
Is there any third country involved?
So Myanmar is there.
So Myanmar is there.
Yes.
So what is the current status of this project? What is going on in Myanmar since a couple of years?
So Myanmar is under military coup. That is why this project is practically on a standstill. However, Myanmar is going to undertake the first democratic election in 5 years, even though it has garnered global criticism from the world community, since the military junta is practically controlling the election process.
And what are your views on India's current relations with Bangladesh?
So India has given asylum to the former Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina. I'm so sorry, sir.
Yeah.
So she has ousted from Bangladesh in August 2024 due to the student agitation. As per
Let's keep it precise. I'm asking, what is the current relation?
So recently, Khalida Jia, the opposition leader, has passed away, and Indian ministers like our foreign minister Sri S. Jaishankar sir has visited Bangladesh to pay their official respect. So we have maintained a cordial ties, diplomatic ties with Bangladesh. We cannot risk having deteriorated ties with Bangladesh. It will jeopardize the situation of Northeast, considering the problem of insurgency and the chicken
Is
neck.
Bangladesh really important for India?
Yes, sir.
Why?
So because the northeast of India is connected to the mainland India through the Siliguri corridor, which happens to be only 22 kilometers away. And any backfooting by India will directly result in advantage for China and Pakistan. So they can leverage this position. And we have recently seen that last year Chinese and Pakistani top officials have already visited.
Siliguri corridor does
Yes.
not share borders with China.
Yes, sir.
Then?
But China can develop its offshore territories, like it has already acquired Sri Lanka Sambantota port.
Have you heard of Chumbi Valley?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where is it located?
So near Bhutan.
Okay, fine. Now tell me something. Was mainland India always connected was Northeast India connected to the mainland India only through the Siliguri corridor? Was always this case, or this case is very recent?
So mainland India was connected to the northeast entirely, since Bangladesh was also a part of India, the present day Bangladesh. It was Bengal, the larger Bengal. But after partition in 1947, it got bifurcated into West Pakistan and East Pakistan, which happens to be today's Bangladesh. And since 1971, it has been framed as an independent country, Bangladesh. Since then, we have been connected to the mainland India through the Siliguri corridor.
Okay. My last question to you would be, you talked about time zone, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you think, I'm talking about Assam, do you think the tea companies are the only organizations which are following the earlier time zone? Or are there any other organizations in Assam which are still following the earlier time zone? I mean, the time zone which was introduced by the British.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not absolutely aware.
Okay, fine. That'll be all from my side. Now, sir will give you a proper feedback.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Nihar Ranjan.
Sir.
This was your second attempt?
Sir, this was my third attempt.
Third attempt at the civil services.
Yes, sir.
But how many times did you do prelims, and how many times did you do mains, and how many times did you do the interview?
So I did prelims cumulative of 3 times.
That's okay.
And this is my first mains and first interview.
First mains and first interview. The second time you didn't get through.
No, sir.
The first time you did your prelims but didn't get through.
Yes, sir.
Second time you did your, you said first mains.
Yes, sir. First mains.
Okay. So how did you fare in your mains this time?
So I think it was good.
It was good.
Completed the paper. I wrote everything I knew.
You wrote the essay well.
Yes, sir.
What did you write on the essay?
So it was on Can Money Buy Happiness? And the other one was, I'm not exactly able to recall the topic, sir.
Just to let you know, sir, there was a question on time zone in the mains also.
There was a
Yes,
There was a
GS
question
paper
on time
5 was there.
in the mains.
And
okay,
so-
you can take a stand. You've taken the stand. You're not in favor of time zone as I can think. But in the interview, I would suggest you take a stand that time zone is good for the place. There's no harm in trying it out. Railways and airways can always adjust.
Sure.
So the remaining thing is that you will gain more daylight and you save on energy.
Yes, sir.
Whether your solar energy will come and make up for it or not is another matter.
Yes, sir.
But saving of energy and saving of daylight is very important. So time zone, you should not take a negative stand. My suggestion to you.
All Assam gas company, they're all following the
They're all following this. So they are all feeling that it has done them good. There are 2-3 things about the interview. I find that you have kind of honed your skill to answer questions. But there are some problems at times when you're speaking a little more than is required.
Yes, sir.
This is 15-minute to 20-minute time given to an individual candidate.
Sir.
Exceptional, maybe about half an hour. You cannot go round and round about an answer.
Sir.
As far as possible, speak to the point. It's
Sir.
important to listen to the question, understand the question, understand what exactly is wanted of you, and then answer the question.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
In the very first question, you had gone round and round trying to justify why you want to come to civil services. There's no justification required. I only asked you why, means what are your reasons for wanting to come. So
Right.
there are 2-3 things which I told you are enough. Don't go for too long an answer. In other cases also, sometimes you have stuck to the subject but not answered exactly what is asked.
Sir.
He asked you a couple of things where you had actually answered a question which is not really touching his point. Okay. The HDFC Bank,
History.
what is the history of HDFC? You start talking about yourself where you joined and home.
Sure.
So be very careful that you understand the question very well. That's very important.
Noted, sir.
In an interview like this, they will see and hear you. So your voice is very important. And when they see you, you should have a pleasant face. You should at least have a ghost of a smile on your face, which you didn't have.
You don't have a smile on it.
They're likely to understand that you're a little nervous. So let them not have that feeling.
Noted, sir.
But you shouldn't challenge anybody. In one particular subject, time zone, you went about in a way almost to say that you don't agree to that, and that trying to prove that you're right and the interviewer is wrong. Don't do that. That is
Be receptive.
risky. Be receptive. If you may be right, absolutely, he may be wrong. Let it be. Don't challenge him.
Noted, sir.
And that can go negative. Otherwise, think, okay, I find that your profile is good. You dressed up well.
Sir. Thank you,
Your face is good. You're a handsome man.
Thank you, sir.
So everything else is okay. So raise your voice a little bit more. Of course, maybe that this is a small room and we are just very close, so you're speaking a little low. We might have to convincingly speak at times. Don't shout, but a little louder to convince. Anything that you want to ask?
Sir, regarding my appearance, I have actually bearded photos in all my admit cards, the mains admit cards also. Would it be okay if I go shaved?
perfectly okay.
Okay, sir.
I don't think at that point of time they'll be checking your bearded photograph to find out who you are. Okay. And if they ask you, why are you looking different now? You said, sir, I've shaved off.
Okay.
Is it that you have shaved off only for the interview? You said, also the interview, but I have shaved off. You are free to shave off your own beard.
Okay, sir.
Because this is not a visa problem. It's
Yeah.
not a problem of entering your country.
All right, sir.
Okay. So there's no problem. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much, Nihar.
Thank
All
you,
the
sir.
best.
Nihar, you're a good candidate. You'll do well.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
One more thing, apart from my 2 long answers, is my articulation okay?
Your
Your
articulation is good.
articulation is good.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Good.
All the best.
Thank you
All
so
the
much,
best.
sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Welcome.